Hello people, as promised we're gonna go with the first step of kimchi because it's a multiple day process. Takes about 3 days to prepare and about 30 days to mature. I learned about kimchi from a documentary that I found on YouTube from Arirang TV on Gimjang culture, and Gimjang is a process of making kimchi in Korea. What I learned is there are lots and lots of different recipes. As with any favorite national dish, every family has their own. And what I'm doing is that as I'm watching the videos, I'm kind of drawn by various methods and recipes that I am trying out. 2.5, 3 years ago, I made a red kimchi with a lot of Korean pepper, scallions, and what's it called? The radish, daikon, and stuff. I still can't find the fermented prawns that they use. Some cultures, some villages, depending if they're on a coast or not, use freshly fished and steamed mackerel. But anyway, so what I want to try today to start is the basic salting of the cabbage. This is coated. The root is still intact, so that when it's salted, it's gonna kind of open like an octopus. So what we need to do first is to salt it and soften it, and that will take overnight or 24 hours. And at the same time, I'm gonna make a special broth, which I want to try from this one episode, which includes pumpkin, Korean pear, chili, ginger, and juju, which are also called red Chinese dates, and garlic. Lots of garlic. So a lot of recipes of kimchi include sugar. And I don't like the idea of that, even though it probably will ferment itself out in the fermentation process. I really like the idea of this broth because it apparently is also medicinal because of the vegetables you put in it and fruit. So the Chinese dates, the pumpkin, the chili, obviously they never cooked with Korean pear, so we'll try. So that will add sweetness without adding sugar, plus medicinal qualities apparently that also fight cold. So first of all, we need to salt the cabbage. In a coastal village in Korea, they literally just soak cabbage in the seawater on the beach. I don't have a beach, but I have salt. This is wonderful grey Celtic salt from France, and I have a great big kimchi pot here, and I'm gonna put the cabbage salted in here for a day. So what you could do is, this is really tight, right? So I'm just gonna sprinkle it, trying to get in the leaves a little, like this. And I'm gonna put it in the pot. But I'm also going to add water. So I'm going to create a little sea here. Sea, salt, water. But rubbing a little bit because I think it will help to soften it. Last time I did it in like a baby bath. And it was a lot. We're only just finishing the kimchi that I did 2.5 years ago. Just shows you that I overdo things normally. Right, so the idea is that the salt will extract moisture from the leaves and the cabbage will become flexible. See how this is completely, I can't really separate it. But when it's salted after a day, then the leaves will become flexible so that you can put the stuffing, the kimchi dressing, sauce, or whatever you want to call it, which is the mixture of scallions, daikon, chili, ginger, and lots of other things, which we'll cover in the next thing, live. Yeah, so you can put it between the leaves. So now I'm just stuffing it into the pot. Sprinkle it with salt generously. And don't worry about it getting too salty because we're going to rinse it. Imagine just it being soaked in seawater. Right, so this is now stuffed. I think it will probably work even without water, but I will add some filtered water. It will wash the salt over. And I will probably bath it around a bit. You know, like slosh it around. What's the right word? Slosh it around here and there. Later, when I see that it's softening, so now right. So you see now it's kind of in here. The roots are not all intact because I had it in my pantry for too long. So I had to cut off a bit more. So that's the first step, salting the cabbage. 24 hours. I'm gonna put it into my glass room. I have a lid. Now the next step we're gonna do is to make that magical broth. As I can post the episode where somebody is saying, well, what am I making? I'm making kimchi. But it's a multi-day process, so this is just the first day. Right, so what these ladies say, one of them is a famous cook in Korea. Her daughter is educated in nutrition and food, and she still follows her mother's recipes. So they say that because of where they live, pumpkin is a specialty. So they always use pumpkin in this broth. And it gives sweetness. So I'm going to put the pumpkin in a pot. I bought Hokkaido pumpkin, which is my favorite pumpkin to eat as well. I just bought a little one. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to cook the hell out of it because it's the broth is supposed to take 3 hours. Now, there is no recipe in this documentary, so I'm just kind of extracting information by watching it. I see that they put chili, so I got a kind of a normal chili that we can get here in Switzerland. I'm putting that in. Then I also see, not mentioned, but I can see with my little eye, I spy ginger, which makes sense. Also, imagine it's gonna be like ginger tea, right? With chili and pumpkin. So we'll put ginger in. I'm not peeling it because it's for broth, so just chopping it roughly with my great big knife. Now I've already peeled some great big cloves of garlic, and I'm gonna stick them in too. Garlic and ginger go as a seasoning into kimchi anyway, into the rub that we put between the leaves once they're soft and salted. So, and the next thing, I was very excited. These are Korean pears that I bought in a local Korean Japanese shop in Zurich. And I tell you, I logged into their website, right? And it says, special this month, real Korean pears. And I couldn't believe it because I literally just watched the documentary again. I've been watching it for like 5 years, the same over and over, to extract the knowledge just from images. And I said to my daughter, it's not pears, it probably means beer or something, because I mean, who's going to be excited about Korean pears? But it was pears. I went there like a week later, and they had these pears, and they said, oh, special pears. So, never tried them. I can't tell you how they smell, because my knife smells of ginger now. Wait, I'm going to try a bit. I'm really curious, actually. They taste like a mixture between apple and pear, so not as aromatic as European pears, but very crunchy. So apparently they are very good for cold and flu as well. I'm going to put 2 in the broth, and I'm going to leave the other 2 of my special pears to slice finely into the rub that goes between the leaves. So now we have, look, we've got pumpkin, chili, garlic, ginger, and pears. So this I'm going to fill up with salted water and put in a hob for 3 hours, and it's going to go cool down, and then it's going to be like a juice broth for kimchi. Tomorrow we're going to prepare the rub. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to want to do white kimchi or red kimchi, because I really like red kimchi, and I do have the Korean pepper powder. So watch this space. What am I going to do? Is it going to be red or white, or is it going to be both? Maybe I can make both. So that's the first step. You know, when people say, can you do a kimchi course, I would have to do it with a sleepover, because it's a 3-day process at least. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I can see Dana is watching, Martine is watching, and Solis was watching as well. So I'm very excited to share with you this process. Let's see how it turns out. See you tomorrow.